Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Friday Facebook Live. Um, Coming to you live from my son's bedroom. We have painters in the house painting, and so they're making a little bit of noise. So this is a quiet spot I got um, to do my weekly Facebook Live. Sorry I missed last week. I was off on vacation with the family. Enjoying some nice winter weather activities or at a ski resort. And if you were on my mailing list, you got an extra email this week from me as opposed to a Facebook Live. So, bonus for those of you who are on the mailing list. This week, I wanted to talk about something I went through this week because I think it's quite relevant to everyone. And that is going back to basics when life just gets a little crazy, and it happens from time to time. People's lives get hectic for one reason or another. For me, this week, I had uh, 3 days, or yeah, 3 days in a row of like 6 hours of Zoom meetings straight. Which is something I am not accustomed to, which meant I had to be on a computer from around 8 a.m. to around 1 p.m. And usually I have a lot more flexibility in that I can, um, you know, do what I need to do when I need to do it. This week that was kind of taken away from me, and I had to be on the computer. I had to be paying attention. I had to be working during those hours. So I had to kind of tweak my schedule, right? I had to not do the things I normally would, so I wasn't walking as much as I normally would. I had to tweak when I was going to work out. I had to tweak when I was going to work out, the workouts that I did. So, for example, one day I worked out first thing in the morning as opposed to normally working out in the afternoon. I moved some of my workouts around during the week to better accommodate the schedule that I was having. And yeah, so I just kind of went back to basics. I basically shot for first thing was make sure I got good sleep because I knew I had a lot of mental stress that was happening, a lot of hard work that was going on. So I made sure to prioritize my sleep. I got my 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. I moved around as much as I can. Like I said, I was tied to the computer for the day, most of the day, at least half of the day, and that meant limiting the amount of movement that I could possibly do. Certainly far less than I would normally do, but I still, when I had a break, we usually took like 10-minute breaks at the end of each hour, and that meant moving around. I got away from the computer. I stepped away from the computer. Sometimes I would go make a coffee, or I'd grab my daughter and we would go for a quick walk outside, just like literally 5, 10 minutes, right around the corner, back into the house, and just being outside, getting outside, letting the sunlight hit your face, um, was amazing to revitalize yourself after sitting on a Zoom meeting. Um, I obviously prioritize my food as I always making sure I was eating good quality food, and yeah, made sure I exercised. I moved as much as I could, and ate really well, and made sure to take some breaks away from the computer and spend some time with my kids afterwards. And really, after all day of meetings, like I really had very little desire to be in front of the computer, so I tried to do some other things away from the computer that just kind of put that Zoom fatigue at ease a little bit. But lots of times people find themselves in these situations, and um, they kind of revert back to old behaviors. So they're like, oh, I'm gonna uh, I don't have the time to prep the meals that I normally would, so I'm going to go get some fast food, or, I really have had a long, stressful day of meetings, and I really just want to have a couple glasses of wine at the end of the night. And so they start doing that, and and then their sleep falls apart because they want to do something relaxing. So, like wine and popcorn and Netflix at night sounds really good. And then that kind of throws them for a loop, and it kind of compounds the pain that they're going through, or whatever the stressor is, right? So maybe this if the stressor's work, or the stressor's some kind of family commitment, or kids, or whatever, that they kind of they don't actually revert to just doing the basics, right? They kind of just do everything wrong then, right? They have a lot of stress, and they eat crappy, they sleep crappy, they don't exercise, they don't move, and then everything goes even worse. And so, uh, you know, I think that the time to buckle down, the time to be, um, I shouldn't say the most strict, but the most rigid about prioritizing things like sleep and movement and food and exercise are the times when you really need it, because there's some other stressor in your life that's causing um, causing a lot more fatigue than it normally would. And so you need to prioritize your health a little bit more than um, the average person does. Just like the high performing athlete needs to be a little bit more rigid about things like sleep and stress management and diet and recovery, because they're trying to perform at a level that is um, higher than normal. And when you're under a lot of stress, you're also trying to perform at a level that's higher than normal. So you need to sometimes you need to take things to the next level in order to do that. And it's obviously just a short period of time. Just for me, it was just 3 or 4 days, and now it's over, and I'm back to normal everyday life. And but during that time, I really buckled down and did the basics right, and focused on them, and made it through. And I'm no worse off than I was when I came to it. Yeah, I had a little bit more stress this week. I feel a little bit more tired, but if I had let everything really go and didn't prioritize my sleep, and didn't prioritize my food, and didn't prioritize at least getting some movement throughout the day, and making sure I got my exercise in, no matter whether it was the optimal time for me or not, then I would be worse off than I was when I came into this all. So, yeah, that's my message for this week, is really focus on the basics when times get tough, and it gets you through, and you'll also be better on the other side than when you came in. So, with that, I'll wish everyone a good weekend. If you like to get this content automatically delivered to your inbox each week, these Facebook Lives, as well as my blog posts and other content I put out, uh, please go to my website at rjbhealth.coach and click the link at the top of the newsletter, and you can sign up for my newsletter, and I'll automatically email you all the stuff, so you don't have to kind of watch out for it, which is really nice. Obviously, if you're interested in any kind of coaching, please also reach out. There's a button right on my homepage at rjbhealth.coach to book a discovery call. We can talk more about any kind of one-on-one health coaching you might have, or if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, send me a direct message. Always happy to talk with anyone who needs help with anything, and answer some quick questions for you. So have a good weekend, do something fun, and I'll talk to everyone next week.